Hey guys, welcome to a new episode. This week we are in Dubai. The amazing landscape here, not really landscape, more like humanscape. The stuff they've built here is amazing. We're at Emirates Golf Club. I'm excited for a fun week at the Dubai Desert Classic. I'm currently getting ready for a Monday workout and practice and trying to keep it easy because we had a top 10 last week. I finished 10th in the Dubai Invitational. So I'm coming in hot. It's going to be a good week. Tournament wise, we're going to show you everything we can. We're going to get you behind the scenes. There's tons of stuff going on, as you can see, tons of activations. We've got a workout, we've got a little mental fitness area. We've obviously got the driving range, all those good things when it comes to golf, but I'm going to take you around behind the scenes and show you as much as I can before the tournament gets underway.
Well, first of all, thanks for coming on time. It's great.
Early, actually.
Yeah.
Make that known.
So, what we plan to do this week, because Paul's joined us as a consultant with Odyssey. He started Quintic ball roll analysis years ago, and now it's very sophisticated. Level, and players out here like to know their numbers.
Yeah, I've used it in America before on the truck over there.
So he's just introduced a new unit which allows it to come out onto a green and doesn't take up too much space, whereas previously it had LED lights and it was a bit more difficult to bring it outside the platform. But now it uses infrared, so it's actually shining a light there now, but you can't, the human vision doesn't pick it up, it's outside our spectrum.
That's cool.
So that's a great addition. And so we were bringing out a new line of putters called AI Dual, and the putters are new designs, some familiar, but two of the biggest aspects are...
I see some AI in the back there, I know about
this
that.
Is dual is because it's a two-layer insert.
Okay.
And you can see what they call the architecture there of the insert, which has been developed by AI.
So this hits where people hit it, don't hit it.
One of the big differences on the front of the insert is horizontal, 19-degree horizontal lines. Ooh. So they're very aggressive in getting the ball to get you a consistent forward roll. And that's one of the things we wanted to get this week was
see on the camera,
get some numbers, and we've got the best players in the world here, so we thought great opportunity and to introduce the product and get feedback on the field.
Okay.
Fortunately, we were very lucky last week with we had one player switch to it and he decided to go and win with it, so that helps. So
I played with him in the final round, so
did,
I had a front row seat to see that. He made a ton of putts there.
You would have noticed that we've gone to a half ball alignment.
Yeah, that's a really cool
We came out with, and for me, I remember the first two ball that we gave away at the Dunhill for Paul Lawrie, and he went and won there, so it's kind of like a 20-odd year Groundhog Day for me to see now Nacho. We're very fortunate.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to give it a go, and hopefully we can find a head that suits my eye. Yeah. And then track that roll and see. I'm interested. We've got a plain old simple putter and then a high-tech one here, so let's have some fun with it.
It's a great comparison, right? And you're a good proponent of putting, so let's see what we do.
break from the action, I'm going to run you through something that's pretty behind the scenes and pretty Dylan Fratelli. I'm known to be a stickler on most things, and one of those things is glove comfort. So you can see these are fresh out of the factory. Quality control's gone through it, but every glove for me is made slightly differently. So what I do is I go through each glove before the tournament, because I don't want to stand up on the first tee, pull out the glove, stick it on my hand, and all of a sudden, whoa, this left pinky is super tight, or the right thumb is a little weird stitching. So I go through it like this, put it on. This one feels good. I typically give it basically 3 grading systems. There's a practice round glove, there's a tournament glove, and then there's a giveaway glove, or a send it back to the manufacturer. But that one was right in the middle there. That's a good, I know this one straight away. You get some that just like, boom, fits like a glove, I guess is the saying. We'll be cliched in that sense, but this is a tournament glove, so I'll put it in a different section. They've given me 2 sleeves of 6, so I've got 12 to go through. I'm gonna come up with hopefully 7 or 8 good ones, and then I'll carry those through to Bahrain next week, which is gonna be our next tour video. So you can see there's a little seam on this glove. They've pulled it away from the nail line here, which is a cool little addition to this year's glove. But this one, it feels a little strange in that thumb. This is going to be this is a borderline. This is a very borderline one. I know with our golf balls and other things, there's some really strong quality control. The factory's actually in Massachusetts in America to make the golf balls, and I think there's one in Asia possibly. But as I try this glove, this is a tournament glove for sure. I'll show you what actually happens once they've done it. We've got a little sticker on here that has quality control. So we have 2 stickers on here. If you guys buy a glove in the store, I'm pretty sure you're only gonna have 1 sticker. So for the tour gloves, they send it through twice just to make sure that it's checked and confirmed. If you guys know the facts on that, please comment below. Tell me if that's true or untrue. And if you find one in the store that has 2, you got yourself a tour glove right there. Yeah, okay, I've tested this one already. I'm losing my mind here. I need to fast forward this. I've got a lot more gloves to go through before I head out of here. I'm just trying to get all the locker stuff situated, because it's a hectic area right here, and we don't want to be stressed out before a round or before Sunday tournament round. You're trying to be nice and relaxed, make sure everything's there. And I'm OCD, I take care of this. My caddy will be the backup. I'm the primary guy for packing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little insert and learned a thing or two. Now that I've finished my workout, I've got something cool to show you guys, but that was a fun, quick one with Dan Coughlin. You've seen him in other episodes, really fun guy, great trainer, very smart guy as well. Yeah, I'm pretty tired, so I'm coming to a place now that's perfectly suited for what I need to do next, and it's called the Mental Fitness Area. 2 years ago when I came back to the DP World Tour, this event was kind of the feature for an initiative that Dr. Andrew Murray tried to create, where we can give players a space to calm down, relax, focus, work on their mental side of things, because they've given us a gym over the last 5, 8, 10 years, but no one really thinks about the mental side. So Dr. Murray's been very diligent in researching and finding ways for players to develop and get better. And this was, I guess, his design in conjunction with the strength and conditioning staff and the people at the DP World Tour. So I'll take you guys in there and show you exactly what they have to offer. All right, the first area you get to see is this little, it's almost like a decompression chamber, if you want to call it that. We got tons of options here. Lots of sensory things, lots of feeling, touching, doing, occupying your mind with sort of daily simple routines. So I like to do this. I read a little bit when I'm on the road. Last year or 2 years ago, I actually took some of these pens with me. Doc gave me one of these coloring in books, and that was my joy for about 2-3 months on the road. So it's just simple things that you can do to reset that mind, calm it down, get it into a state that you're, I don't know, parasympathetic and sympathetic systems, you're switching between those two, and just a place you can come down and relax and sit down. We've got random little shapes over here. I'll show you some of these cool things in B-roll, but yeah, I've got a lot to go through yet to figure out exactly what they have for us. Here's a little spa area where you can come and have a nap. They've got a bunch of different benefits laid out on those cue cards. If you know me well, you know I do not take naps in college. I try to stay away from it, and I still do well to get through the whole day, but there are tons of benefits from naps. You guys can do the research yourself. I know something about a 15-20 minute nap is all you need, or you got to go into a full sleep cycle, but hopefully I won't be needing this week. Get all my sleep at nighttime, all 10 hours, and on that note, we'll see you guys later. Just kidding. We're going to go over here to the next section. We have consultation rooms on the right here, so any doctors or staff that need to meet with players can do that in there. And then through to these beds, we have a pretty cool technological thing over here. We got VR headsets. So these have been programmed with a few different features in them. I haven't looked at them yet, but I've heard there's sort of a focus or something that's going to help you with mental performance. And then there's also a relaxation element. So it might be floating through space. It might be floating through a jungle. There are a few different settings you can put on you and just veg out, lay back, or work on your mental focus. Find a way to fine tune that mind, visualize the golf course, visualize your practice, whatever elements you really want to work on. And then the most exciting thing in here, if you guys have seen some of my episodes, the Alfred Daniel Links Championship, I featured red light. So here we have a little red light device. I've got one of these at home. I use it 3-4 times a week. You jump inside this sleeping bag type thing. Those red lights are going to turn on. You can get full coverage. I think we have to wear some underwear in here, but at home I don't need to wear any underwear because it's my own space. So you can hop in there, get a little red light. They do have other panels in the physio room, so they'll be mounted on a wall. They have an infrared sauna in the physios and then also an ice bath. So we have ice baths here downstairs, but we're not going to go in there. Obviously, if you guys jumping in there might get in the way. But yeah, I think this is a really cool initiative that the tour has done. I think the PGA Tour is actually far behind this. They haven't got any of this stuff from what I can tell. I haven't played many events in the last 2 years, but the DP World Tour really has made strides to try and give us the opportunity, give us the tools to make sure that our performance can be done at a high level. And thank you to Dr. Murray, thank you to the DP World Tour for investing in this stuff. I've definitely learned a lot over the last 2 years, and it's time for me to use this stuff now to calm down after the workout and get ready for the rest of the week. Tuesday morning, I have a Pro-Am date today. I've played the front nine already. You guys are joining me on the iconic first tee with the wonderful buildings behind. 9 holes hasn't gone so smoothly. We've only got about 6 or 7 birdies going. We're going to have to pick it up on the back 9, but you guys are going to join me, see some shots, get to see my amateurs play a few shots too. And I'm basically just trying to get used to the golf course. This is a tough course this week. The rough is like way up. Greens are already rolling at 12, 12 and a half. It's going to be a rough week if they keep growing that rough and they keep firming up the green. So just going to test it out, feel it out. I actually holed out on one hole, hit a pitching wedge, bounce in the hole. So I've made an eagle already, got that covered, but I do need to make some more birdies. So I'm going to try and get into it here and take you guys along with me. 8 times, no trouble there. Break my own bunkers, guys. It's a nice, peaceful place to be. This is also a crazy ass bunker. Look at all these slopes around. Jason, my caddy, is pretty dexterous, but I think he's going to struggle to get in and out of here. So I'm just going to knock this out while I'm down here, and then he's going to pull me out. I'm going to give you guys a little tip, yeah? If you guys are ever struggling to get out of a bunker, this is the way to do it. So I'm going to do this one-handed, which might be a bit weird, but go ahead. Wow, simple. How easy is that? We got 36 front and then 15 on. Yeah. It's a 51 hole. But obviously the greens are really firm, so I'm just trying to land this somewhere between the front edge and the pin. Yeah, and just let it front block. Got to get used to the lie first. It's kind of sitting up in the rough, so you hit down on it, that's when you often have the ball slide up the face and it doesn't go anywhere. So it's going to be nice and shallow and allow for a lot of almost topspin once it gets on the green. 2-3 yards on, sit. Ooh, this course is fiery already. Look at that rollout. Okay, hole high, just a bit too far left, but not too bad. What do you think? What do you give that out of 10, Jay?
I'll give you a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10, that's
perfect
harsh.
for distance. Poor line though.
That's harsh. I'm still going to make birdie and he's going to have to eat his words. Ooh, missed it left and it's still low. Whew. We've got a lot of getting used to do here. These greens are super fiery and quick already. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that. I've got a bit more work to do, but we'll catch you guys next time. A little Callaway activation on the course. It's always fun and games out here. It's never simple, never easy, but that's what life in tour is about. You've got to keep the sponsors happy. You've got to learn, you've got to get used to the golf course, and then also be accommodating to the Pro-Am guests. So we're going to focus a little bit with them now, and we'll catch you guys with some B-roll. All right, guys, we've made it to the 8th tee. I'm gonna hit this tee shot and try and get you guys a really good angle. That should be good. It's gonna land in the fairway. I don't know if it's gonna stay there, but we'll find out. We've made our way to the final hole of the Pro-Am here. And I'm gonna give you guys this amazing view, which you cannot get on TV. No cameras come down here, but how about this? As you approach the 9th, massive grandstand. Huge triple story now. They keep expanding it every year. I feel like it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. 18th green in the distance, 9th green that I'm standing on right now. It is an amazing view. I hope you guys enjoyed those shots around the golf course. I'm going to go down now to the driving range and do a little Callaway fitting. I'm going to get my backup driver ready to go. I want to have the same driver head as I have in my gamer right now as a backup. So we're going to go do some tweaking there and we'll take you around and show you that Callaway Quantum new driver. All right, guys, I've got to hit a birdie putt here. We'll be back in a bit. All right, here's the putt, guys. I've decided to show it to you just in case I make it. Final putt on the course. Let's try and drill it down the middle. A little too firm. We figured something out. Went to go spec it out, and the new driver is 2/8 of an inch longer. So we're gonna go and chop the top off of it. We're not gonna bore you guys and let you sit around here and wait. I'm gonna hit it tomorrow and try and figure it out. So for now, I'm gonna stick with the gamer. We're gonna get this one cut down, not this one, the other one actually. Other one to match this, and then I'll hit it tomorrow. This is life on tour. You have things, curveballs that come your way, so I'm trying to prepare for an eventuality that hopefully doesn't happen, but at the very least I wanna get it right to have a backup driver because it's a very important club in the bag. And stuff happens, so we're going to prepare for that. I'm going to get back to hitting a few balls, maybe show you some B-roll, and then I am done for the day. There's a little actual activation with DP World that hopefully we can film. We're trying to get permission for it, so if you guys get to see that after this, it's just a fun little sponsor outing, little thing that I'm going to do with some of the DP World guys. All right, back to work now, guys. See you later. Found my way into the public activation zone. Yeah, this place is hopping during the tournament. It's right behind the driving range. Guys are watching us hit balls and come here, have a drink, have a little social hour. I'm surrounded by 0 people right now, but if this were the tournament, I'd be giving it one of these, trying to squeeze between people. I'm heading somewhere down here to a container, a shipping crate, where we're going to do a little DP World work. I've been asked by them to come and identify some objects in a box. I've never done this before, and I've seen so many videos with it. I'm really interested. I've heard it's not going to be dangerous. I've seen snakes and spiders and stuff with people going in and trying to feel their way in there, but this one should be a little simpler and less dangerous. So I'm excited to give it a go and see if I can figure it out. Now I've got to figure out what they are.
What does it make up? One, obviously tell us what you're touching, so talk through the
Texture,
entire process.
feel,
Texture,
yeah.
feel. I think it's this, I think it's that.
It's going to be in a little jar.
Okay.
There we go. You can open your eyes, but don't look down.
Now I'll keep my eyes closed. That way I can use my feel sense a little bit more. Oh. I mean, my first reaction is bunker sand. It's a little bit thicker than normal sand, but let me get deep in here. There's a bit of moisture to it. I feel, oh, there's a bit of stone. What is that? That's a stone. I mean, I'm still stuck on bunker sand. I was a geography major in college, so I should know my soil horizons. I should tell you this is... The moisture is the one that's throwing me. I mean, I'm going to have to go with topsoil or bunker sand. I can't be specific.
Well, we're going to have to get a guess.
Okay. When you said deconstructed golf stuff, I'm like, what? Is it a... It's not a polymer, it's a natural fiber. So I am going to go... Moisture's throwing. I'm going with bunker sand. I'm sticking with my original answer, first answer. Yeah, what is that? That's topsoil, or that's the sand layer underneath the soil?
Sand.
That is bunker sand? Okay. You guys said this was hard. What are you talking about? That's way too easy. Yeah, come close and maybe get my fingers.
Exactly.
Is this a texture you know well from the golf course?
Yes. We aim for bunkers a lot of the time, so it's easier to play out of.
It gets harder.
Okay. Another jar. Okay, another jar. I mean, I can already smell something. Can I use my other senses?
Yeah.
So it's you wouldn't give me anything hazardous, so it's not going to be hydrogen, some kind of soil dressing. I mean, it's literally got the texture of tea leaves. Oh, this is tough. Give me the prompt again. It says ingredients of golf.
Yes.
I'm no greenkeeper. I've never worked in a shed before, but man, this is difficult. I want to say it's like some kind of sprig or seedling or something that you would throw down to grow grass, but I don't know what those things actually look like, so I'm going on theory. Oh man. Okay, you need an answer. It's almost got an oily... I'm going to have to go seeds or seedlings or something that grows grass.
Do you want to take a look? You are correct.
Oh! I honestly think the visual would have thrown me with that. Like, I can see generally it looks like a seed, but at first I was thinking something that would fall out of a tree. So I was thinking some other kind of leaf or something, but okay, seeds. Is that it?
Yeah.
Again, I thought you guys said this was hard.
We're just easing you in at this stage.
It's fun. Okay, you're going to catch me out. Hopefully you catch me out.
This one is a miniature.
So what is it?
I wouldn't open it.
I mean, it's clearly a bottle. Weight-wise, it's... I'm going to say it's more dense than water, slightly more dense than water. Yeah, definitely more dense than water. I've never seen... I mean, it's not fluid oil, it's got to be... I mean, petrol for the machines that drive and cut.
Can you just like squidge it?
Can I squish it? I mean, I don't want to spray it on myself, do
No,
I? You said don't open it.
No, stay close.
There's no air in there, so it's not water. There's not much of a... It's sealed pretty tightly, covered in plastic. I feel sort of... I don't know if that's the titanium balls that are still on my finger, but... Why would you be giving me a liquid for golf? And it's not... I mean, it's not water from a hazard or a penalty area, but it's in plastic. It would be in steel if it were a corrosive material. Plastic? I mean, water to drink? It's too heavy. I'm blanking on this. I feel like I have to...
I thought you said it was easy.
I mean, they were easy, but okay, it's a plastic container with liquid in the inside, at the very least. Let me see with the cap if that can give it away. Really flush with this. It's going to be... It's not see-through. It's going to have a hard plastic on the outside. It's going to have branding on it because there's some kind of layer here that has logos. Oh, for golf. I've got to go with some kind of... It's not oil. Ingredients of golf. Fluid on the greens. No. I don't know how they get their chemicals to put on the greens, but it's either chemicals or petrol, gasoline. I'm gonna go with like some kind of brake fluid or something for the machines on the golf course. Resin, what? Okay, yeah, they do use that. We put that in, what do? You put that in a driver, make it heavier. It's glue that you put inside a head to kind of shift the weight of a golf club. I've never actually played with resin, so I don't know the density of it. That got me. Okay, there's no way I was getting that.
DP World deliver these materials all over the world to make golf possible. I mean, how important is that in the job they're doing for golf?
I mean, just getting flow of goods and trade around the world, that's the one thing that procures, I guess, price is number one, that we can afford to play golf and afford to buy golf clubs, or else it would be really expensive. I don't know too much about shipping, but I do know that DP World is one of the best in the world at doing it. I have a friend actually that lives here in Dubai, and he's in the sort of shipping and I don't know what to call it, but the commodity side, shipping stuff and traveling around the world. Golf side of things, I guess golf is a pretty big sport, a big game that does affect and use a lot of goods and a lot of manufactured goods. So yeah, I guess if it weren't for DP World, we'd be using either basic technology, not having as good a golf course, not having as a good experience at golf tournaments. So yeah, thanks to them, we get to use some fancy clubs, travel around the world and play. And for us as golfers, they sponsor the European or DP World Tour, as it's called now. So I'm very thankful for them.
If you're watching Dylan's YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment.
You have seen before at a pro tournament that you're like, how do they do that, or what is the secret? Yeah.
You take a risk on the hole number 18 to hit 220 plus, or you would like to lay off and then...
So I was just bragging to my caddy earlier, when we played it, the wind was like down and off the right. So I have two, you can see I have a driver and a mini driver. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the mini driver.
A mini driver.
So it's basically, this is 340 cubic centimeters, cc's. So if you want to hold that, I'll get the driver head cover.
Yeah.
This one is about 430, 440. So it's basically a replica, just a little bit more loft to hit it higher, add more spin, and a little smaller. So many guys use a 3-wood or a 4-wood. I've gone to this club, which I hit 285 yards. This one's 305. So on the 18th hole, where you guys sit, the fairway looks straight, but we play at like a 45-degree angle. So the wind was helping us work it around the corner, and I said to my caddy, if I hit the big one, it's going to bounce and roll through in the water. So I actually went to the mini driver, and I hit a nice draw. This club for me is a right to left shape, and this one is a left to right. So not many guys do that. Yeah, so this is a fade bias, that is a draw bias. So now when I stand up on a hole, if a hole works right to left, this immediately looks natural. So 20-yard difference in carry, it just gives me a lot more versatility. But the crazy thing was, on 18, I hit this one, high draw, I hit it really hard in the left rough, and I hit a pitching wedge from there. So I hit mini driver pitching wedge on 18. I didn't even use the driver.
Oh dear. Oh,
so it was able to go so far left in the rough that I was close to the green, and therefore made it so much easier. Instead of, you saw the guys hitting to the fairway. Hey guys, what's up?
Hi,
I'm Dylan. Nice to meet you, Rufus.
Jaden,
nice to meet you, bro. How's it?
Good.
So yeah, that was the fun one from today. Yesterday I had full driver and I was still left like 205 to the pin, so I hit 5-iron yesterday. That's because of the wind direction. So everyone's swing and load pattern and all that is different, and that's where...
The swing speed is like something you need to consider there as well?
Yes, so TX, again, tour stiff. Well, that's my mini driver. So this is 70 grams, 7 TX. The stiffness will correlate to the swing speed. Okay. So my swing speed is 120 miles per hour. I would always have a tour stiff driver. Like there's no reason to go any softer. But the interesting thing is you can see where all the paint is. So what they do is when a shaft comes, it's actually about probably that long. The end bit is like just like rare graphite, just like no cover on it. It's just like a mesh looking material, and they cut it from the bottom. So as it gets longer, the diameter increases and it gets less stiff because the tighter bit at the bottom is stronger and stiffer. But basically they choose how much they're going to cut off the bottom of the shaft, and that'll dictate how stiff the shaft is. So I can be standing next to someone on the range or on the course, and I go, oh, you've got a Ventus Blue 6TX, cool, okay, and I can pick it up and I go, that feels different. That feels really different. So, and that's where in the store, I think you pull one off the rack, there's just some guy that's sitting in a Callaway factory somewhere just going, zzz, zzz, just cutting 3-4 shafts every 5 minutes, going to get the head and slapping it on. So to get that custom fit, you can really dial in those little things. What a lot of guys do, the top guys, especially in the States where they have tons of equipment, they'll say, build me 3 drivers. I heard this from Ernie Els. He gets 5 drivers. His 5 drivers, exact same specifications. And he'll stand here, hit one, and no good. Give me another one. Hits it. Okay, this one's good. Put it to the side. He'll narrow it down to like 2 or 3, and then he'll narrow it down to 1 or 2, and then he'll keep the one and have the other one as a backup. So it's, and they're all built exactly the same. So I had it here on Tuesday. They built me a backup, and it was basically starting 10 yards left and turning a little to the left, where this one, my gamer as I call it, was 5 yards left and fading back to the right. And I said, it's the same driver, you guys have got it to the same specs, why? And then eventually they checked the length of the shaft, and it was like 2/8 of an inch, so I don't know, what's it, 0.8 centimeters maybe, or 0.7 centimeters longer. And that alone was making the face close just a little bit at that release point to where it was starting 10 yards left, and now the face wasn't open. So I was seeing the ball turn left, whereas normally hey, that face is open, it's going to push off to the right and fade. So the guy realized that, and he was like, I'm going to go. As soon as he did, he cut it down, brought it back to me, and it was much straighter. And that was, what do you call that? Like, but yeah, so needless to say, that stuff is really important, and it will cost probably more money to go to a really good fitter to get that stuff done. But if you play golf twice a month, 3 times a month, like, it's worth it to invest early on and keep those clubs. Here it's great. We get to travel to Asia, South Africa, Middle East, Europe. So I do enjoy seeing new culture and traveling from that point of view. It's emotionally and mentally, it's way more enjoyable here. The money is way less, that's for sure. Like PJ Tour, they've pumped up all their prize monies now, but at the end of the day, I'm enjoying it way more over here.
Favorite course or tournament?
For me, it's TPC Sawgrass in America, so the Players Championship. That's the famous one if you know the island. The golf course is perfect. You park right outside the clubhouse, you walk in, they have laundry service, they have food until 9 p.m. in the night. You finish, you can work out, get physio, walk in at 8 p.m. and it's food right there ready to go. So everything they do there is first class. And then the fans also get behind it because it's such an iconic tournament being at TPC Sawgrass. It's just tons of fun.
And on the DP also?
DP, that's a tough one. So last week, Dubai Invitational,
Yeah.
I was really impressed with that. The food was really good. It's only the second time they've hosted it, and it's in my top 5 for sure. Like in the world top 5 tournaments, it was so nice. It was also a limited field, so only 65 guys. So that makes it feel a little more relaxed. Like here, you can see the range has to be so big just to accommodate all the players. There, it was only like 30 bays or 40 bays. But yeah, this tournament and last week these are special events. It's like our dining area up there, and the food is awesome. Like it's structured really, really well. When we get to mainland Europe, there's some tournaments that don't have a lot of money, so they have to try and work the budget. St. Albans College in Pretoria, South Africa, and I'd played, so basically we have 5 years of high school in South Africa. I was already playing first team cricket and hockey in my second year. So my parents looked at me, they said, you're gonna do this for another 3 years. You're 18, like, you're gonna be bored. Like
Standard 7.
Yeah, so Standard 7, I played a full season of hockey and 1 semester or 1 term of cricket, first team. And St. Albans are top 25 cricket, yeah. Hockey, we were top 10 or 15, but I thought about it and I was like, yeah, this would be kind of boring. So I said, well, which one do you want to focus on? Pick one, let's just go for that. And I said, golf. And they were like, what? So we asked the headmaster, can I just do golf? And he said, no, because they were paying 50% of my school fees. They said, you have to play, we need you on the field for cricket and hockey. So I left, and then my 3rd year of high school, I wrote, so in South Africa you have a private school system and a government school system. So I wrote the government school final year exam in my 3rd year. I did 4 subjects that year. Back then you only needed 6 subjects to graduate. I did 4, and then my second last year I did 2 more. So I went to college in America a year early. So that got me a little bit ahead. I got there, I was 17 when I came to America, but it was awesome. That spurred me on to just basically have a private tutor for each of those subjects. I could do 2-3 hours of schoolwork a day, practice 5 or 6 hours, whereas normally you're at school 5 or 6. So my golf just took off, and that was the number one thing that sort of propelled me into professional golf or where I am now.
Good to see you didn't lose your South African accent.
Yeah, I've still got it.
Yeah.
Although the funny thing is, when I'm in America, they're like, oh, you sound strange, where are you from?
Probably you're from the UK.
But I go back to South Africa and then some people say, oh, you sound American. And I'm like, do I? Really? But there are a few words you have to, the biggest one, my first semester in college, like you go to a restaurant and say, what do you want to drink? And I say, water. And they literally go, in Texas especially, they're like, what?
Water.
Say water. They're like, we don't have that. So I'm like, yes, you do. Water. And they're, oh, water, why didn't you just say so? It's like that word, and there's a few, maybe 5 words that I had to just change, or else you're saying the same thing 5 times. So then, literally, yeah. You got to find a way to make it easier. One other thing, have you guys ever seen this little black briefcase thing down here? Do you know what a Trackman is?
Heard about it.
So that's I'll put that on and I can show you guys some cool things on there. Basically, it's a Doppler radar. It always gives us trouble going through airport security.
Okay.
Like, what is this? It's a Trackman, and then, well, what? It's a golf tracking device. Like, I never want to say it's a Doppler radar that tracks blah, 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 because then, so it's basically got 2 Doppler radars that'll sense that a ball has been hit, and then it back ends, okay, this metal object came into the ball, hit it, and it basically gives you every spin number on the ball, every angle that the club is coming into it, and it tracks the ball as well. So you know exactly how far it's going to go, where the spin axis is, and it spits out all that info. So we use that. For me, I use it mainly to see how the club's coming into the ball and then what the ball's doing after I hit it. But there are also fun things you can do, like you can define a target. So pick the 2 in 200 marker there and play a game. You can say, give me 10 numbers between 150 and 200 and just spit it out. And then on the screen, they'll give you a random green. So you can see a bunker and where the pin is. And now you get to visualize and say, okay, the bunker is on the left, the wind is off the left here. I need to miss that number 2 by like 5 yards to the right. So now you're doing real-time practice, which you would have on the course, but you're on the range. So it's a really smart software piece that they keep developing and adding on. And now I think they're actually bored with golf now. They're like, oh, we've kind of figured out golf. Yeah. You'll see them in baseball in America. They're right behind the home plate and they track everything for that. I think soccer, they've started doing it now to work on like free kicks and like goalkeeper training for like kicking, but this is the main sport where they started. And then I guess, I don't know what other sports, NFL, I don't know if they track the football from that, but it's an awesome piece of technology. And then I've got one other thing to show you guys. I just got this on my bag. So I've put a QR code inside here. I just started a YouTube channel. Yeah. So if you guys want to see, I've got tons of good episodes. Yeah. I've been trying to see how far away you have to be to activate it, and the furthest we've got is like 10 feet. I was shocked because it's embroidered on there. I didn't know if those squares were gonna like be accurate enough. But it's such an interesting thing to figure out because everyone that's seen my stuff says content is awesome. Like the production, the editing is wonderful. But in order for people to view it and to join, you need a really like interesting thumbnail that looks cool, and then the caption has to be interesting as well. That someone goes, oh, I wonder what that is. So for golf, there's not that much excitement you can build into it. Like how much?
If you had like a fun guy traveling with you, narrating this. I'm not saying I'm putting my hand up. We could
You could work together on something there. We can workshop.
No, it's an interesting landscape that I know.
I didn't realize my boss was just here next to me.
No, it's and the golf side of it, why we're doing it as well is the golf side is so like underrepresented. There's guys that are YouTube golfers and they go and have fun and they do trick shots and travel the world, but none of us, no pro tour players, we're so stuck in our ways that it's like, no, I can't film while I'm practicing. I need to be focused, and I'm not going to do an extra 10 minutes for an outtake and chat. And so I've just pushed myself to do it. Maggie loves YouTube and she's the one that's pushed me as well. So the first thing you have to do is get it lined up with a target. So I'm going to go at the 200 board. 2 yards, 3 yards in front of it is where the sweet spot is for the Doppler radar to track the ball. If you're outside of that area, it's tough for it to know where to track or when to find it. So I've chosen the number 2 in the 200 board. So that's going to be my 0 line. If you imagine just a straight line to the 2, And then we'll go to 8 iron because I was hitting that earlier. So you guys I'll give it to you guys to pass around and have a look at it. But basically each tile has a different metric. So I'll see if you guys can work out what it is. Ask me questions, challenge me, whatever you want to do. Just have a look there. So once I hit a shot, the numbers will populate, they'll pop up. Okay, so you see I've gone left of the 2. So if you see a minus is normally in the left hemisphere. A plus will be in the right hemisphere. For any number that needs a plus or a minus, so top left, club path, I'm gonna guess 2.3. Okay, it hasn't picked it up. The first one, sometimes it struggles. So that's, the tough part is when you hit a divot, there's a bunch of little things flying around. So this radar has to figure out, what do I track? Do I track that little piece of soil or the ball? So sometimes that gets in the way of their numbers. Yeah.
When you hit it, if it was a minus, then what is
So if you draw a straight line to the 2, anything left, so club path would be the way the club is coming into it, that would be minus. Anything to the right will be plus. So it's the same thing. There's a thing called spin axis. So when you hit a fade or you hit a draw, that's basically your spin having some tilt on the ball. If you hit perfectly square and that ball was flying straight with backspin, it would be a 0 spin axis, so straight up and down. As soon as you start fading it to the right, the spin axis tilts this way. So this would be minus to the left hemisphere. So fade is going to be a minus on that spin axis, and then this would be a draw, a right to left shape. So when you're thinking about that in the course, if you're ever like, oh, why am I doing this today? All you need to do is just remember that, like, okay, my spin axis is going to be minus. So how do I tilt that spin axis back to 0? Okay, well the club, if I'm coming through, the club's doing this, that's going to make it spin this way. And now the spin axis is to the right. So maybe I just need to go more straight through with the club, or I need to close the club. That way the spin axis is going to stay more vertical. It's a very, when you break it down to the dynamics of the golf ball, it's a very simple game. Obviously it's tough to turn that into the full swing and know what the club's doing, and that's why this is so important. Because I'll hit another one, hopefully the club path comes up. As soon as I know what I've done in the previous shot, I can just make a small adjustment. I can either close the face, open it, swing more left, swing more right.
You intentionally wanted a fade or draw that you would.
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go at the 2, I'm gonna try and hit a dead straight shot, but I think it's gonna come out at -2 on the path, just because, feel the wind, left to right, we naturally will see the flags and we know, so we're gonna try and shut the face down, pull it a little bit left such that the wind's gonna drift it back. So there, you see I naturally just pulled that a little bit for the ball to fall back. I'm gonna say club path was -2.7. 0.7? Okay, so now 0.0. That means that my face was closed. So the face to path is gonna be -2 or -2.2 then. One of those two has to be in a minus. Okay, -1.5. So that was actually pretty good. Like, I wanna be within 1 degree of that 0 number. And that for me is, I mean, it came out the middle, it felt good. Distance, 163 yards? 66, okay, I crushed that. My 164 number is what this club should produce. Okay, so do you want to challenge me to something else now? Let me try hit an even bigger draw. So I'm going to try and go 2.5 to like 7 or 8. So that should be like a hook, like a big hook. Okay. Now my path on the club should be going positive as well. So you just go to 0, I'm going to look for like a +2. So that was almost perfect to cancel the wind out. So let's see.
Spin axis, but
okay, so 4 degrees to the right now. Oh no, it corrected to, oh no, there's 4, sorry. So 4, missed the spin axis. No, there's 6.6. 6.6. So went from 2 to 6, just, and you see how much shape that has on it. So it really is it's a small number when it's measured right here, but then when you get down range, the numbers become so big. And that's where the difference between us, like I will hit 15, 20 balls with an 8 iron, and my club path will never go more than 2 degrees to the left. I probably won't get to the positive side in my normal swing, so I always swing more left. And hopefully the face is square to that target such that that ball is going to land in all 15 balls will be in about a 8 meter, 10 meter circumference area. So that's what we're always trying to do, is just shut that down as small as we can to be as consistent as we can. And that's literally the game of pro golf. It's like how close to your target can you hit it, and how often can you do that? And that's where this is so important. Back in the day, the guys used to have a caddy. He would walk out to the range, he would dump all the balls out, and he would stand out there, and the player would hit shots like at the caddy, and that was kind of his target. Now we can just stand here all day, hit 100, 120 balls, pick these targets, have it spit out different games. So it's really a great thing. I don't know how guys don't use it as well. Some guys just say, no, I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to hit shots on the range. For me, it's such a great tool to zone you in, number one, and then give you that instant feedback.
I'm curious now.
Yeah.
Because you use this quite often.
Yeah.
Do you know your distances once you get the ball?
Okay, so let's pick a club. I'll hit a shot and I'll guess how far that ball has traveled.
Let's start with the driver.
Driver?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'll make this even harder. I will guess, just you'll hit me with whatever the stat is, and then I will guess what I think it is for that swing. 10, 15 yard fade that turned into a lot more, but guess, let me guess. Pick a stat.
What do you think your carry was?
Carry on that. That's normalized, so that's the other thing. This thing will cancel out any effect of the wind. I have normalized toggled on, so it's just predicting if there's no wind. I would say 301. 298 is a little less than 301.
296.
296, okay. I was close.
That's pretty good.
Within 5 yards. 5 yards, pick another one.
Club speed?
Club speed, 117.8.
Close, 118.
I try and go back in here, full wrist hinge, get these hands higher to where this club is more pointed above the ball. So if the ball's here, I want to point it above the ball, such that when I come down, it's going to be, what you want to do for a one plane swing is to have basically this line. You want the club in your hands to stay on this line throughout the swing. As soon as you get above, below, and the club tilts away from it, you have lots of adjustments to make. So I'm just going to try and get as close to this plane as I can. So again, for me, wrist hinge, up and exaggerate this, and then I hope on the way down, it's going to get me more here to where I release it and it comes straight at the target, basically. Do you want me to hit another one, or do you want me to challenge another club? I'm going to try hit it 203 right at the number 2, okay? So that's my goal. Ah! You're challenging me, yeah. Okay, but let's see. So let me quiz you now. So coming into the ball, that ended up left. So what should happen to the distance? If I was intending to be more right, but I've gone left, it's going to travel a little further. So it's probably 204, 205 carry, just a little longer. 208, okay. So left, close face means longer.
So that's interesting. So if it's left,
it's longer. So that's why when you hit a drive or a club, they always say, try and hit a draw to hit it longer. You guys had the great questions too. Thank you very much. Yeah, come on. Where's the sun? That side.
Where from South Africa are you from?
I grew up in Joburg till I was 10 and then moved to Pretoria. How awesome was that week, guys? Dubai is always fun. You got great cityscape views, beautiful green golf courses, tons of South Africans in town as well, which you didn't see as I had a few friends come by, guys that I grew up with. Shout out Nick Gunderson. But yeah, it was a great week. You got to see my activation with DP World. That was a really fun event for me, doing the Q&A on the range, getting to know some DP World employees. They obviously sponsor the tour, biggest sponsor on the European tour, which now turns into the DP World Tour. Had a great week. That was a great mental week for me. Having that facility to be able to just veg out, zone out, work on my mind, relax between rounds, even before the rounds. It was really good. I played well, made the cut, had some good play on the weekend. And from here we head to Bahrain and Qatar, 2 more Middle Eastern tournaments, so similar vibes. Stay tuned. Make sure you hit the follow button. Make sure you hit the little bell down there. That thing will notify you whenever I post. We are a little slower than normal, normally once every month. We're going to do once every 2 weeks now. So make sure you guys are tuned in, share it with your friends, and please give me the feedback, as I always say. I think this episode was a good one. You guys will see that we've turned it up a notch. We're definitely heading in the right direction, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me for the journey. Can't get it all right, can I?